Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
It's 316 Day, so we're going to take a look at the first episode of AEW Dark Elevation, update the latest in New Japan Cup action, and preview tonight's Impact. But first, Charlotte Flair's going Hollywood, Larson. What's in the news?
Deadline announced yesterday that, what's his name? David, how do you pronounce this? E-A-C-K? E-I-C-K.
Eek.
All right.
Eek.
Well,
David
producers
Eek.
Battlestar Galactica. Is remaking Walking Tall. Of course, it was a movie originally made in 1973. It was remade with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I don't know, probably about 10, 12, 15 years ago. Yeah. Anyways, it's going to be remade again, this time with Charlotte Flair. Attached to the star, Deadline is reporting that the remake is set to air on the USA Network, which, quote, has received a script sale from the cable network. It's being set up for a 2-hour TV movie with the hope of future installments or as an ongoing series. Deadline adds that Charlotte, quote, will play a Tucson cop who finds herself caught in a web of fraud, exploitation, and murder, and is forced to go full vigilante to protect her hometown from falling victim to modern corruption.
That's cool. That's neat. I wonder if she can act. If those Cricket Wireless commercials are any indication, she can. She's talking to that little Cricket. Isn't that what the little thing is, like the little CG phone or something?
Yeah, CG. It's CG, yeah.
There's
nothing there. She's not talking to anything there.
That's hard to do. I mean, look at not a lot of people do. Look at the Phantom Menace. It's terrible, largely because those people are acting against, like, probably tennis balls or something.
Yeah, in a vast green room. With little markers all over the place, and that's where they're supposed to be looking at, yes.
But, this is probably going to be less green screen, more practical. So that's cool. I mean, I guess the bigger question is, dude, when is this supposed to be filming? You would think that probably relatively soon.
I don't believe it says in this Deadline article when it was set to begin production.
I mean, if they're looking to take this to series... Man, I don't know. I don't necessarily think that, unless USA Network is like, hey, yeah, to hype this, can you make her champion? Which would be kind of weird. But, yeah. Oh, that's right. Joe Don Baker was in the original, huh? That's cool. I'm just thinking as it pertains to pro wrestling, more or less likely that she'd end up winning the title at WrestleMania because she's totally going to be fighting for it.
I think it will depend if, I'm assuming this hasn't started production yet. When it does, she'll probably have to step away for a decent spell of time. And it's not, they can't really put the title on her when she has to step away for, a few months, potentially a couple months to go shoot this movie. So, if this movie is going to go into production shortly after Mania, I would think the odds of her winning at Mania would be pretty small. Now, if there's something later on, yeah, potentially she could get that title at Mania and then have Asuka take it, or Rhea Ripley take it off her at SummerSlam, maybe. All depends on when this whole thing's going to start rolling, which we don't know yet. I scanned through the Deadline article again, didn't see anything about when it was going into production.
Yeah, no, I'm scanning through right now. There's nothing about when it's going in production. But, I mean, you would think that once something gets greenlit, they probably move pretty quick on something like this. I mean, especially now, with COVID restrictions seemingly being lifted for productions. Yeah, so that's cool. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Are we going to watch it? Yeah, maybe.
Give it a try. I gave AEW Dark Elevation a try this morning.
Oh, good job.
Another 2 hours of AEW wrestling product. There was some good stuff.
Yeah. You watched all 2 hours, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Wow. I watched the main event.
I might have skimmed through a couple matches, but yeah, by and large, I watched the whole thing.
Okay, well that's cool. Yeah, I watched the main event, which was good enough.
It was good.
Rio defeated Maki Ito, who now does she tweet this out that she's
she tweeted out that she's done with AEW for now, that she's going back to Japan.
Okay, well that's cool.
Hopefully we'll see her again in AEW because she's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought Paul White was really good on commentary.
Yeah,
in the opening bout, which was Danny Limelight versus Jungle Boy. He took something pretty as mundane as people chopping each other and explained why strategically it's important to do, because you're affecting your opponent's
Lungs.
Yeah, makes it harder for them to breathe. If you're chopping them, kicking them in the chest. So like, oh, okay, good. I like across course several matches, he was explaining strategically why attacking various body parts was a good idea. I like that in terms of. I mean, I don't know if he was up to the same. I don't know if he's quite as good as Nigel McGuinness is in that respect, because Nigel will talk about
that's a tough comparison.
Various submission holds, the ligaments that are being stretched in said hold. But in a macro sense, in terms of explaining the strategy, what body parts are affected by various moves, I thought Paul White did a good job of advancing in-ring story. Speaking of story, we got a little bit of advancement in this Miro Kip Sabian story. Mm-hmm. So they were in a tag match, and Kip was in it for 90% of it, and he wasn't really doing that well. Even at one point, Kip was trying to tag out. Miro's like, no, you keep on going. Eventually, Kip gets the hot tag to Miro. Miro destroys their opponents, and then Kip tags himself back in to get his finish off to get his team the win.
What did Miro think about that?
At first, he was kind of like, ooh. And then he was fine. But this is just a thing that when Miro eventually turns on Kip, he is going to annihilate him.
I hope they bring blood into the equation. I want to see blood. I want to see Miro like, hey, you ruined my debut by making me be this gamer guy or something. I don't know. So tell me about this QT Marshall interview, Larson.
He's asked about the whole Nightmare Family situation. He's like, I'm not worried about that. Nothing wrong with Nightmare Family. That's pretty much it. Mm-hmm. After that, Big Swole defeated Skylar Moore with Dirty Dancing. Okay. Then we got QT versus Marco Stunt. This was a fun match. It was pretty short. The finish was cool. Marco's going for a sliced bread attempt, and QT reversed that into a diamond cutter. Ooh. He was just tossing Marco Stunt all around the ring. Yeah. Afterwards, Peter Avalon, Cesar Bononi, and Ryan Nemeth hit the ring to start beating down Marco. Luchasaurus out to make the save because he and Cesar have a match on Dark tonight.
Okay. All right.
We get a Lee Johnson video package, kind of going into his backstory a bit more. Pretty cool. Ty Conti defeated Ashley Vox with a hammerlock DDT. Jarrell Nelson and Royce Isaacs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Royce Isaacs. That's cool.
Yeah. Took on the Seidel brothers. Matt Seidel pinned Jarrell Nelson after the Seidel brothers finish. We got this really cool Will Hobbs interview next, where he's taking on Brandon Cutler, who is on a bit of a winning streak. And Hobbs says, oh, it's the same old bullshit I've been dealing with. You try and make me look like a chump to you? He says, tonight it's all about handling business against Brandon Cutler. He did a good, he was really good. I thought it was a really good interview. I thought it was pretty damn good. It was very convincing. Mm-hmm. Next, Danny Jordan versus Red Velvet. Red Velvet gets the win with her finish called Just Desserts. Next, we had a Seidel brothers interview interrupted by Kenny. He's like, yeah, it's great to hear you talk. People rather hear from the champ. I'm here to scout for talent for Dynamite. And hey, Seidel brothers, do you stay on your winning track? Maybe you get a crack at Dynamite. Heck, maybe you get a crack at my title.
Oh, my gosh.
And then Matt Seidel says, I'll get a shot. I'll get into that top 5. And Kenny goes, there's only one top 5 that counts. And Michael Nakazawa's there with the MacBook. And he shows it to Seidel. It's like, all right, number 5, Michael Nakazawa. Number 4, Michael Nakazawa. All 5 spots are Michael Nakazawa.
Oh, my gosh.
And Kenny says, yeah, and if you beat Michael Nakazawa, you can get a shot at me. And then if you beat me, you get a title shot. But the thing is, you have to face Nakazawa tonight. Next, Dante Martin versus Max Caster. Caster gets the win with his top rope elbow. Ray Lynn took on Abaddon. Abaddon got the win there. Powerhouse Hobbs defeated Brandon Cutler with his finisher.
Does Brandon Cutler still have one single victory, or has he gotten any?
They said he's been going on a bit of a run. I don't think he's undefeated per se, but I think they said 9 out of his last 10 or 9 out of his 11 he's won.
Oh my God! Really? Wow. Yeah, that's awesome.
Running roughshod on Dark,
King of Dark, everybody. I guess. Oh wow.
Yeah. Diamante had a match against Layla Gray. She won that with the code red. We had 8. Is that right? Yeah. Oh, that's 8-man tag action. Butcher and the Blade and Private Party got the win over Dean Alexander, Carly Bravo, Brick Aldridge, and David Ali. Blade got the pin there. Then we had Michael Nakazawa versus Seidel. Matt Seidel pants Nakazawa, kicks him in the head to get the win. Kenny comes out, attacks the Seidel brothers, calls for the mic, congratulates Matt, says, "You just bought yourself a ticket to the Kenny train." Says, "I'm all jacked up now. Look at my veins. I'm feeling frisky."
I did see this. Look at my veins. They're popping. I'm all jacked up.
It was great. And he says, why wait till Dynamite? Let's do this match now. Kenny hits Matt Sydal with a one-winged angel. Nakazawa's like, "Hey, Rick Knox, go here and count the pin." He does. And then Tony Khan comes out. He's like, "That was crap. You made a promise. You can't even make matches. I make matches. But you made a promise, Kenny. 9 days. In 9 days' time. 9 days. On 9 days on Dynamite, Matt Sydal versus Kenny Omega. And if Sydal wins, he gets the title shot." This bit was great. Kenny's like, "Tony, if you don't like it, just edit it out of the show."
This was great. Dude, I said this on Twitter. My exact words were this. If we get Bischoff levels of Tony Khan appearances on Dynamite, it'll be my new favorite show. It'll leapfrog NXT, NXT UK, and Impact to be my favorite show.
Well, that's one of the first things
in wrestling.
Tony Khan said during this promos. "I don't want to be out here."
You do, Tony.
Clear.
You do.
He's made it perfectly clear that he does not want to be a part of the show. I think Tony Schiavone said after Elevation on something else that he just felt like Tony did Khan, that from a storyline perspective, he had to step in this instance. And that's the only reason he did.
Next time, bring your glasses so that you can see, because he was like, Sydal, where are you? Kenny, listen, this is bullshit. This is not what we agreed to. Sydal, 9 days. 9 days to get your match. I loved it. I thought it was great. I want more Tony Khan in my life on TV. Give me what I want, Tony Khan. You on TV.
Okay. Well, if you say it emphatically enough and often enough, maybe.
Give me what I want.
There you go. Start spitting onto your mic, Steve. Like Batista.
COVID.
Main event: Maki Ito versus Riho. This is a really fun match. Maki Ito using her head butts to work over Riho's midsection, her lower back. There's this great bit where Riho kind of matrixes out. And
I saw that.
Maki Ito dropped the headbutt on her. That was great. Maki Ito went for a top rope headbutt, missed that. Riho hits a running meteor to get the win. Fun match. Is Elevation, at least this first episode, essential? No, but there's some good stuff there.
Now it's going to become less essential too, because like this was probably they have Kenny on it because they want to get the little Twitter moment that
they
we
get
had here with
eyeballs
Tony
on the
Khan.
first episode. It makes sense.
Yeah, sure, but
maybe at a certain point, I know I don't know if this is something that we read or something that we discussed about them coming up with a different approach, different look for Elevation. If they were to do that,
yeah, I think what this is meant to sort of do is replace what they had hoped to do with the house shows, which, probably in a couple months, the house shows will actually start. Tony Khan has said that he had planned to do a house show circuit, mainly to get wrestlers reps. Mm-hmm. And that's important stuff. So right now, if they don't have those reps, it's going to be difficult for them to progress in their trade.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, why not film it and put it out there? Why not do that? So this doesn't hurt anything. It doesn't hurt anybody. I kind of have no desire to watch it because if it's on Dynamite, then I'll watch it. If it's on anything else, I don't really care. But it's good for everybody involved and for diehard AEW fans who don't really bother with WWE product, for example, WWE. They will have this hey, I want more AEW. Well, it's there for you. It's there for you to watch. It's probably going to do good numbers. I don't know. What is it? Probably 500,000?
It's already about 400,000. I was watching.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
And while I say it's not essential, it doesn't mean it doesn't feel like it exists out of canon either. As I mentioned, there were storyline advancement for Kip and Miro. Mm-hmm. One thing they mentioned on here was I think Jungle Boy has had the most matches of anybody in AEW thus far.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Described as the workhorse, the company workhorse.
Mm-hmm.
They had the Lee Johnson video package advancing his story. So it's not simply exhibition matches.
Yeah.
Kind of existing outside of AEW continuity. They're trying to weave it into the storytelling fabric they already have in place. So as I said, not essential, but I'm guessing like Dark, there'll be good things every week.
Essential is in the eye of the beholder, Larson.
Exactly.
I view NXT UK as essential programming for old Steve here because I love that stuff.
You do.
So yeah, there you go. If you want more AEW, guess what? You now have more AEW.
Seemingly
to
a whole extra 2 hours on Mondays.
Yeah.
And there's 15 matches on Dark tonight.
There you go. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff.
I will say, I don't know how exactly many matches there were. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There's 11, I think.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm counting.
Oh, 13. Okay.
13 over the course of 2 hours. That was a quick count. I could be wrong. Okay, so yeah, I imagine Dark will be another 2 hour show roughly too.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're the 6 hours of AEW wrestling content every week.
Yeah, but I mean, the good thing is, it's 2 hours. That you really, if you want to keep up with the wrestling product, it's 2 hours. If you really love that and you want to dive into the universe more and see who potentially could be coming up to Dynamite at some point, you got 4 more hours to watch. So good for people. Put it out there. If they want to watch it, they'll watch it. If they don't, they won't. Another program that I view as essential is New Japan Pro Wrestling because they're awesome. I'm looking forward to watching these matches that we're about to talk about. I did not watch these, but we do have the results. So if you don't want spoilers, you haven't seen it yet, here's your New Japan.
The only thing after this is Impact Wrestling preview. You can just stop the video and go on about your day.
But remember that tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, my favorite 2 hours of the week, Impact Wrestling with Friendos. Looking forward to that.
Us, the Enforcer, watching Impact, talking to the friendos out there. It's gonna be
I got it before that, after Power Rank, but before this, I'm going to come by and pick up those titles because I want my Impact title for tonight.
They're back there on the floor. You can see them now. See?
On the floorboard. All right.
Floor.
New Japan Cup. One of the New Japan Cup semifinals is set with Evil defeating Yano and Shingo Takagi besting Newspaper Kenta last night. And then, so that means Evil and Takagi will face off March 20th for one of the final spots.
Yep.
And the person who gets that spot is going to be taking on the winner of Jay White
and Will Ospreay.
Doesn't Jay White still have Finlay?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Jay White has Finlay. Does Ospreay still have somebody?
Ospreay still has
Sonata, yeah. So
that'll be the other semifinal. So you had the winner of those two matches. Yeah, sorry, I jumped ahead around. My bad.
Yeah, I mean it's probably going to be Jay White.
Probably be Jay White and Will Ospreay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would think.
I mean, the great thing you have the story there because Jay White's abs are his story right now, and Shingo, he's more of a barrel. Like he's a stout guy, kind of like he's like maybe like an Ishii type a little bit in the body, sort of barrel chested. Not really big on the abs though. So I want to see that standoff there.
That could be a good match.
It's gonna be good.
Really good match.
That's gonna be a great match. It's gonna be awesome.
Speaking of awesome, let's talk Impact Wrestling Fresh Off Sacrifice, which was an awesome show. 4 matches announced tonight. I would assume the main event, Sami Callihan taking on Trey Miguel.
Ooh, where will Sam Beal play into this, though, Larson? That's the big question I have.
That is the question.
We also have a 10-woman tag action here. Deonna Purrazzo, Kiera Hogan,
12,
Tasha Steelz.
6 on 6.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, wow, look at my math. Susan, Tenille Dashwood, and Kimberly versus Alicia Edwards. Wow, she's getting out of Johnny's casino. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Grace, Jazz, Havoc, and Nevaeh, and ODB. So pretty much all the good guys and all the bad guys in the women's division are going at it.
Finn Juice, your new Impact Tag Team Champions, taking on Triple XL.
Oh, wow. And then big jacked Mahabali Shera is taking on Rohit Raju. Of course, that tag team did not last long at all.
That alliance fell apart real quick.
It sure did. Boy, I'm looking forward to it, man. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm sure it's 8 a.m. somewhere in the world.
You got that right.
At twitch.tv/Stephen Larson. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. On Friendo Club TV today, for the exclusive Friendo Club TV members, we are going to be power ranking top Stone Cold moments for 316 Day. Hell yeah. Oh, what's going to be my number one? You got to find out.
Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya.
Maybe that's going to be number one. I don't know.
Could be.
Boy, my voice is going to be shot by the end of that.
The number one for me is when Stone Cold hugged Vince and had that odd look into the camera.
Yeah.
That was so good.
Oh, so great. Anyways, thanks for watching. But I got to use that. I got to redo our gifts totally for the alert box there on our live show, man. I've already got the new sub one.
Time for
it's
a refresh.
The floor chicken. But yeah, I'm going to see if I can find that Stone Cold hug somewhere, dude.
There you go.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.
Help support Going In Raw today by becoming a Friendo Club TV member. You'll get access to new bonus episodes every week, including Friendo Club Arcade, Live Power Rank, Vintage 10 for the Wins, and Ask Steven Larson. Get access to Friendo Club TV today by becoming a $5 and up patron at patreon.com/Steven Larson, by throwing us a sub at twitch.tv/Steven Larson, or by clicking join at youtube.com/Steven Larson.